very much required topic is presented by our resourceful resource person, CA Mohit Agarwal, CFO of EKI International. I welcome Mr. Mohit Agarwal and all the participants who are present virtually and all members of Southern India Regional Council, SIRC of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and special thanks to all the members who have coordinated and made this event possible. It is now time for us to begin with invocation song. Let's have invocation song through ICAI motto song.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you, everyone. Now, let us have the introduction of Mr. Mohit Agarwal. Mr. Mohit Agarwal is a strategic and innovative finance leader, currently serving as Chief Financial Officer at EKI Energy Services Limited. He has also proven expertise and extensive experience in driving growth and profitability, leading diverse teams to excellence and delivering measurable improvements across multiple platform matrices. Mohit is qualified chartered accountant and also a company secretary with All India ranking of 15th in CA final and All India ranking 12 in CA PE1. He has deep domain experience of 12 plus years in finance, banking and manufacturing sectors. At EKI, he is leading legal, secretarial and accounts team. In his position as a CEO, EKI drives both strategic planning and transformational agenda, focusing on growth of organization. He is trusted partner to the management of the company. I heartily welcome Mr. Mohit, CA Mohit, who is an All India ranker, to this program. Welcome, Mr. Mohit.
Thank you, Anil. Thanks for
starting, Mr. Mohit, before starting this, we have a UFA event happening. Let us have a UFA video for a while.
Okay.
Shastram, Dharma Shastram cha, meaning economic principles, earth, and ethical considerations, dharma, which are central to the work of accountants. The entire world is deliberating about impact of climate change coupled with disruptions of artificial intelligence. India has given philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam to the world and successfully hosted G20 summit on this theme and also launched Global Biofuels Alliance. The accounting profession also has an enormous responsibility to guide the world, where accountability meets innovation so that vision can be converted into solution. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, being the world's largest accounting body after the successful hosting of WCOA 2022 and GLOPAC, proudly presents before the world World Forum of Accountants 2025. where accountability meets innovation for a sustainable planet. The world's brightest minds will exchange insights, explore emerging trends, and unlock the possibilities for the profession, where foundation will be laid to shape the vision for the future of accounting profession. Hosted at Yashobhoomi, the largest convention and exhibition centre in the heart of India's capital, New Delhi, inaugurated by the Honourable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, is all set to host the congregation of accountants from around the world. And while you're here, experience the vibrant culture and heritage of New Delhi, a city where history meets modernity, offering unforgettable memories.
World Forum of Accountants, an experience of 3 days, insightful discussion, groundbreaking innovations and unparalleled networking opportunities.
With immense pride, we invite you to WOFA 2025, taking place, happening from January 31st to February 2nd, 2025 at the magnificent Yashobhoomi, New Delhi. Experience 3 days of insightful discussions, groundbreaking innovations and unparalleled networking opportunities. World Forum of Accountants 2025 is where you need to be, where accountability meets innovation, AI for a sustainable planet. Join us at WOFA 2025 from January 31st to February 2nd, 2025 at Yashobhoomi, New Delhi. For more details, visit wofa.icai.org.
Yes, Mr. Mohit, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Anil. It's a pleasure to present our business in front of learned chartered accountants of South India Regional Council. This is a great opportunity for us to present ourselves in the South India part. Majorly, we are our company is located in central part of India, that is MP. Let me share some PPT or some information through our presentation so that you will be aware about the same. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes,
Anil, is it
you
visible?
can move on presentation mode.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now it is okay.
Perfect. And I will request everyone to make this session as interactive as possible. You can raise your hand or you can ask the SIRC members to ask any question if you feel to ask anything about the carbon market. Let me start with the company's background first. We are a 10 years or more than 10 years old company, which is located in Indore, having a 150 plus employees and 3,500 or more than that client base from a buyer side and seller side, both sides, located across 40 plus countries. And we are primarily engaged in a carbon market where we are helping the companies to generate the carbon credits, monetize the carbon credits. I will explain each and every terminology later on as and when this session will grow. And we are a pioneer and we are the single company which is listed on Bombay Stock Exchange across the globe. There are multiple companies which are engaged in such kind of business. They are very small in India as well as outside India, but they are not listed yet. We are the single or a unique company which is listed on a BSE stock exchange also. This is our snapshot of second slide, which is on your screen, is a snapshot of our business. We are a cash-rich, asset-light company, which is primarily providing a consulting where manpower or human resources are our main capital. And we are clocking a profit in this financial year. Last financial year was some turbulence. There was a turbulence in the industry, which is still continuing, but it's a part and parcel of the business. but we are cash rich, and you can check our financials on the bank BSE. And this is the journey which we have encountered in last 10 years or more than 10 years, and we are continuing growing ourselves in a different kind of business, but primarily we are focused on a carbon market. Now coming to the basic of the carbon market, which is the agenda of today's session, and for which we have gathered here. What do you mean by carbon credits, and what is the benefit of carbon credits, and how it get generated? There might be multiple questions in your mind, which I will try to answer right now. And if you will have any questions, you can raise, or you can drop an email anytime to me also. Okay. Now coming to the carbon credit is just a residual, you can say residual process or way of generating an income. Like in sugar industry, the sugar is the main product, while molasses is the residual product which sugar industries are selling to the different industries for generating the additional revenue. In the similar way, carbon credit is a residual income through which residual product through which you can generate the residual income by reducing the emissions, carbon emissions or greenhouse gas emissions. We are using the word carbon because it's a very common word, but there are 6 greenhouse gases notified by United Nations. First one is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, HFC, hydrofluorocarbon, PFC, and other methane is also there, and sulfur is also there. There are multiple six gases are there which are notified as a greenhouse gas emission. Any projects which you are undertaking in your company, in your family, whatever you are doing, if you are reducing your carbon footprint, you are eligible for carbon credits. Let me explain you how this mechanism is working and how what we have to do. Let's take an example of 80s or 90s, when we are going to the market and we buy the bulb of 80 watt or 100 watt. Then we switch from that kind of bulb to tube light. Then we switched from that tube light to CFL, and now we are moving towards LED lights, right? What is the purpose of doing such switching of the things? That is the means prime objective of government as well as citizens of India or across the globe is to reduce the consumption of power. And by reducing the consumption of power, ultimately we are reducing the production of the power. Because if let's in India, if you have only one house and if you will reduce your consumption, then the production will automatically get reduced. And by reducing the production, we will reduce the pollution also, because in India, electricity is primarily generated from thermal power. Now, definitely, we have moved from 100% thermal power to green power also. That is contributing approximately 20 to 25% of the total power generation in India. But still, the primarily we are generating electricity through thermal power, which is using coal-based power plant, right? That's why if we are reducing the consumption of power, we are reducing the consumption of coal or a fossil fuel, which ultimately reduces our carbon footprint. Whatever the project, if we undertake, and that in turn reducing the power, reducing the greenhouse gas emission, that means the delta which we are making is converted into a carbon credit. Let's take an example. If we are generating electricity, 1 megawatt electricity through solar power, while those electricity can be generated through thermal power also, there is a thumb rule that you will reduce approximately 1500 to 200,000 2,000 ton of carbon dioxide in a year. That means you will be able to generate approximately 1500 to 2000 credits per year from 1 megawatt of carbon, from 1 megawatt of solar power plant. Why the solar power plant is getting carbon credit, not a thermal power plant? Because solar power, by implementing the solar power plant in economic circumstances, we are replacing the thermal power plant, and by replacing the thermal power plant, we are avoiding to emit emission of carbon credits or carbon dioxide in the environment. That causes in conversion into a carbon credits. But who is issuing authority, how the carbon credit is getting calculated? Is there any international contract between the countries to generate the carbon credit? How the Indian solar plant is eligible for a carbon credits across the world? This type of questions might arise right now in your mind. There is a Kyoto Protocol which was signed between 196 countries during 96-97, through which the carbon finance mechanism was established. But as we are all chartered accountants, we know that any financial transactions must have a underlying asset or underlying transactions must be there in any financial transactions, right? If we are buying or purchasing, there must be some commodity or service, right? Then if anyone is paying for you paying carbon finance to reduce the carbon emission, then there must be some exchange of the commodities or something like that. So in that way, the carbon credits coined, the term of carbon credits coined in that Kyoto Protocol, that becomes effective in 2005-6, and later on carbon credit market get established through Kyoto Protocol, in which Kyoto Protocol is simple protocol or an agreement where the whole world was distributed among two parts. One is developed country and second one is underdeveloped or developing countries. Developing countries was eligible to claim the carbon credit because they were emitting lesser carbon dioxide in the environment as compared with the developed countries like US, UK, or any other European countries. But when the financial burden is getting shifted to European countries or Western world, there was a hindrance in executing the Kyoto Protocol, and that is a natural phenomena. Then the Paris Agreement came into picture in 2050, through which developing and developed countries concept was abolished. Now the whole world was having a NDC, nationally determined contribution, through which every country was having to reduce their carbon footprint gradually. As we must know that India has taken an NDC of 2070, by which they will become, or we will become carbon neutral or net zero. By 2030, we will reduce approximately 15% of carbon emission basis 2005 level, which we have already achieved 60-70%, and we are gunning that by 2028 or 2029 we will achieve the remaining part also. In this way, the whole country, whole world became a one platform where the carbon credit can be transferable across the world. Now the question arises how the carbon credit gets generated. So this is the timeline which I have explained to you as of now, which you can refer these things. But how the carbon credits get generated? There are multiple ways the carbon credits, or you can reduce the carbon emission in the environment by doing technology enhancement, or by doing a community enhancement, or by doing a nature-based solutions. I'm taking a first one, technology enhancement, where just like solar, hydro, or generation of electricity through solar, hydro, or wind. These are the technology enhancement where you are replacing the conventional way of electricity generation, that is thermal efficient or thermal or solar or coal power plant, and you are generating electricity through a newer way. That is considered as a technology enhancement, which we called as a GHG avoidance, where you are avoiding greenhouse gas emissions through a newer technology, through renewable power plant or waste management or biofuels. These are few examples which I have given here. Now coming to the nature-based solutions, by doing afforestation, means you are increasing the forestation footprint, or you are increasing mangroves, you are increasing wetlands, something like that, where the carbon credits or carbon dioxide or any greenhouse gas emissions get squeezed and they are stored there naturally. That is called nature-based solutions, where you are genuinely reducing the carbon dioxide or any greenhouse gas, and by capturing the things through nature way. Many of the big giant companies are doing such kind of work across the world, and we have shaken hand with Shell in India to generate such kind of credits by doing the afforestation, means increasing the forestation. Now, the second thing is, third one is the community based, where you are changing the concept of community living. Just I'm giving you one example. Still in tribal area or rural belt, you will see that clean cooking mechanism is not there. Even after a Ujjwala Yojana of the government, they are still using a mud cook stove or 3 stone cook stoves, which is not having a thermal efficiency, and they are burning the wood, and due to the lesser thermal efficiency, they are using the wood, which is consumption on a higher side of the wood, right? And this they are emitting the smoke in the environment, as well as this is hazardous to the health also. We are replacing such kind of mud cook stove without changing the cooking pattern, or without changing their social pattern, with higher thermal efficiency, having a 45 to 50% of cook stoves efficiency, which get reduce their wood consumptions. This kind of projects, like you are implementing a clean water projects, where they are boiling the waters for drinking purpose, but now if you replace such kind of uh, boiling water mechanism through RO water or any other things, then that kind of projects is a community-based project, and where you are reducing the carbon footprint of the person, and that is also eligible for the carbon credits. So there are three ways: technology-based, as well as nature-based, and community-based, through which you can generate carbon credits. There are thumb rules. There are United Nations. There is a United Nations under which there is one CDM, Clean Development Mechanism, which has notified more than 400 methodologies to calculate the carbon credit basis your projects. So basis your projects, you can generate the carbon credits. So these are the things which is basic for the carbon credits. One carbon credit is equal to 1 ton of carbon dioxide reduction, or equivalent of any greenhouse gas emissions. I'm just giving you one example here. We are working with Indore Municipal Corporation. Indore Municipal Corporation is generating methane by doing a solid waste treatment, and they are generating methane, and those methane can be used to run the city buses of Indore. That means you are replacing the fossil fuel petrol, and you are also reduction of affluent into the river or ponds or etc. by treatment of the solid waste. That means they are generating a carbon credits, and you won't believe they have earned approximately 8.5 crore rupees by selling the carbon credits, just for your information. And we are working with multiple smart city offices like Varanasi, Ujjain, other Surat, etc. What is the mechanism? This is the small flow chart which will explain you whatever I have explained you. Let's the left one, the extreme left one, the project participant, project identification, project implementation. I will explain this flow chart with one example. Let's take an example. There is a Reliance Green Energy. I'm just or today's example, NTPC Green Power, which IPO is today launched only. They have implemented 100 megawatt of solar plant. That is their KRA. They have to identify the project. They have to implement the project. They have to run the project. Their prime criteria is to generate the electricity from the solar power and sell those electricity and make a profit. We are not at all engaged in such kind of work. But whenever the company NTPC come to know about a Kyoto Protocol, as well as Paris Agreement or some other agreements, through which they came to know that they can earn extra money by selling the carbon credits, then we came to picture. They came to us and they impanel us for providing the consulting. Then we execute the contract with them, and then we start our working, where we are doing documentation of the projects. We are preparing the project reports, which we called as a PDD, project design document, or in a common parlance, it is like a DPR, detailed project report, which I have mentioned here in a second flow chart, second line. Okay, then we impanel third party, which is called as a DOE, designated operational entity. These are aggregated institutions by registry body. Registry body means the project where the project get registered and who are authorized to issue the carbon credits across the world. There are multiple registry bodies which are private as well as UN based also. CDM is a UN based registry body, while Vera is a private or a voluntary registry body. Gold Standard is voluntary registry body. GCC, Global Carbon Council, is another registry body. So they have accredited 30 to 40 institutions across the world as a DOE, which we impaneled to vet those documents. Then after the project get registered, and registration is a one-time activity under which the project get registered for 7 years with a renewal facility of 3 times. That means project can be extended up to 21 years, 7 into 3 years, or project can be registered for one time also, that is for 10 years. So that means credit will get generated year on year for next 21 years if the project is live and working, or 10 years. Now, after registration, this doesn't mean you will get the credits. If your solar plants, let's take an example, NTPC Green it has implemented solar plant, but that is not working. That means those projects is not eligible to get the carbon credits. And for those type of work, the verification is being done on a regular basis, that is a frequent manner on a year-on-year basis, or we can decide the we can decide the frequency of the verification also. After the verification, which you see in the last version also, after verification, again we have to generate we have to impanel this one DOE, and they wait the things, and then all the documents submitted to the registry body, and registry body get the issuance of the credits in the account of the owner. How the issuance is being done? Issuance is being done in the format of intangible, just like NSDL or CDSL. We are having a demat account with NSDL, CDSL. In that way only, EKI is also having an account with registry body, as well as the project owner, that is NTPC, will also have an account in their registry body. Credit get issued in the account of NTPC, who is a project owner. We buy those credit from the project owner at an agreed price. Those credit get transferred to the EKI account, and then those credit can be sold out to whole world without any issue. There are two type of market. Let me ask questions. Means, is there any doubt till I have explained, or I'm very can you confirm me? Anil, is there any question from any participant? Okay.
There may not be any question as of now.
Okay, perfect.
If there is any question, the people can raise their hands and ask the question.
Okay, definitely. I will ask. I will request, if there is any question, you can drop a chat also. I will
dropping it in the chat is more better. Preferred.
Yes, better. Now the credit comes to the EKI's account basis the agreed terms and conditions between NTPC and EKI, and then EKI transfer those credits to the international market and make a turnover of their company. In this way, monetization or the whole cycle of the carbon credits work. Now coming to the exchange or a trading, how the EKI is doing trading, last part of this cycle, there is no exchange across the world of carbon credit. Still, the carbon credit is being carried out on OTC manner, means over the counter. There are two type of market in carbon credit. One is compliance, another one is voluntary. Compliance market is very closely held market where the credit is being generated in those countries is being traded in the same country, like European Union ETS. If you will refer ETS, you will find that those credit is being generated from European Union itself and being sold in those countries itself to comply with the local law. However, across the world, the major market is still lying with the voluntary market, where IKEA is sharing approximately 15 to 20% of the global market share as per the McKinsey as of now. And as per the PwC, BCG, McKinsey, compliance as well as voluntary market is put together. They are expecting to have by 2030 between $50 billion to $500 billion. This is a huge range between 50 to 500, but this is the survey, or you can say study of those big four or big 10 consulting firms. And but I'm sure that this market is going to grow, whatever the number, $50, 50 billion, 500 billion, whatever the number is there, but the market is going to grow. And you are aware of already that COP29 is going in Azerbaijan, and they have confirmed that some of the 6.2 means the transaction between two countries or transaction between two corporates of the two countries can be done under 6.4 and 6.2. These are the clause in Paris Agreement which are still negotiable, and I believe that by the conclusion of this COP29 in next 2-3 days it will get concluded, and the market will get open, and this market will get flourish in next 2 to 3 years now onwards. Now coming to the another slide, there is one. Whether solar power carbon credit is based on units generated by the solar plant. Yes, if your plant load factor is the 1500 to 2000 quantity of carbon credit, I have told you year on year, that is on thumb rule, considering 15 to 20% of plant load factor. If plant load factor gets reduced or increased, your carbon credit units will get increased or reduced. That is the rightly said by you. Yeah. Now coming to the sunshine industry, I have already explained you that this industry is going. These are the some of the London Stock Exchange, World Bank, and other theory which are available on online. Also, you can refer. We have gone through multiple things, and we are expecting that the global market carbon credit will increase year on year. Recently, London Stock Exchange has initiated a platform where only carbon credit or carbon credit generated project having a capacity to generate a carbon credit, such kind of projects can be traded between partners. Means one can invest in such kind of projects across the world. So that kind of a market we are expecting in a few years. India is also ahead in such kind of things, and government has amended Electricity Act also, as well as they have appointed B, means Bureau of Energy Efficiency, as well as Ministry of Power and Ministry of Environment as a nodal agency to develop a carbon market in India. And very soon, I believe in 6 to 12 months time horizon, I'm expecting that Indian government will come out with some rules and regulation on carbon markets with specifying the industries also. That is my gut feeling and the information available in the open market, that we will have our own carbon market where, later or sooner. The things they have identified the projects also in CCTS rules, where I have mentioned here which kind of projects are eligible for the carbon credits. I'm just giving you one example. Solar plant or wind or hydro are eligible for a carbon credits as of now. Now coming to the voluntary carbon market, you can see that charts are increasing or decreasing, but we are expecting that by 2030 the market will get will be at its peak, but in last 2 years, due to you can understand the war, European unions are engaged in Russia-Ukraine war or other type of war, as well as there is a interest rate hike in last 2 years. Now the interest rate is getting reduced in last quarter or more than that. But the whole market of carbon credit is a luxury item as of now in a voluntary kind of things, right? Whenever the question arises on a survival for any corporates, obviously, or in our personal life also, we will reduce the consumption of luxury items. In the similar way, carbon credits being considered, and that too in a voluntary market, that it's a total voluntary. So carbon credit is being considered as a luxury item. That's why the consumption is being deferred, and due to that, rates as well as the demand of the carbon credit gets reduced in last 1.5 years or more than that. But we are expecting that it will get revamped in from next year or onwards, or second half of the next year onwards. We are very much hopeful for that. Voluntary carbon market, these are the turbulence which we are heading or which we are facing in last some of the year or some of the quarters, and we have mentioned here only, and I have explained you also. Nothing else we have mentioned, but if you will see the charts and everything, you will find that this market is going to have there till the NDC is being reduced, or till the NDC of the country is being achieved. Now, I have mentioned the compliance market and a voluntary market. Evolution of Indian carbon markets. In India, there was a scheme of PAT where the renewable power you have to purchase in the industries. There was on obligations, but we all know that that is not very much successful. Now the government came with a CCTS scheme introduced in 2023 for a cap and trade for emission combining. And the voluntary market, there are more than 1,000 projects registered with Vera and Gold Standard, but most of the projects are very old and losing their capability to generate the carbon credits. But I believe the COP29 will clarify the wind, and we will get the clarity on the new project registration under Vera, Gold Standard, and CDM. Then the new type of carbon credits will came out from the next year onwards. I'm just talking about the industries which are listed by the government of India for this one for getting the carbon credits. Energy industries and energy distribution, and industries manufacturing, waste handling and disposals, where biochar and landfill capturing. These are the industries where we can generate the carbon credits and sell in India as well as outside India. You can check that. Agriculture, forestry, transportation, construction, fugitive emissions, solvent. CCUS means carbon capture and utilization and storage of carbon dioxide. These are some of the technology, or you can say industry, where they are eligible for generating a carbon credits under CCTS scheme of India, and you can sell those credits in India as well as outside India. Yeah, this is the hello. Yeah, why PAT is not successful? I'm not telling that it's not successful. PAT is successful, but not to the extent what government or industry has or government want to achieve in the market. But yes, it's successful, and IAX and ICX, everyone is working towards that, and corporates are also buying the renewable powers, and that's why renewable power projects are getting increased. But the extent of the successfulness of those things is not found in my point of view. It's my personal view. Ram Pradap. Now I will request to open the forum from my side. It's done. Yeah. I will request moderator to open the forum.
Are you done with the presentation for today?
Yeah, I'm done with my presentation. I'm just waiting for the FAQ because it's now a open forum from my side.
Okay. So I request all the participants, fellow chartered accountants who can present, who can share their views or give feedback about this session. And also, if there is any questions, you can directly ask the resource person.
Yeah, I have shared my mail ID also, Anil, on a chat box so that
The mail ID is in the chat box, mohit@enkingint.org. Sorry, there was a network issue.
No issue.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you are loudly clear.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohit. Your contribution to the Mother Earth is inevitable and it is very much appreciable. We also, as a part of children of Mother Earth, we should all take care of our environment and see how better we can, even if we don't do too much of contribution, not spoiling itself is a big contribution of today's time. So
Yes,
I hope the same spirit with all the participants who are all there with this one. And Mr. Mohit and your team is doing a wonderful job. It is indeed a great service to the globe. We hope that this gets multiplied by practice with number of people, not only in India but also outside India. And definitely government initiatives in this regard is also very commendable, and we should appreciate government also taking support. But we should teach all these things to our children also. By we should practice and we should also teach some of these things to our children and fellow students who are all working in our office, so that they are also aware of all these things and we give a better thing to the nation. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks for the kind word, Anil, you have conveyed to our company, our people. I'm really thankful to you and rightly said that we have to inculcate everything in our day-to-day activities so that our environment, our Mother Earth can be served for a longer period for our upcoming generations also. With this message, I will say thanks to all of you. We keep in touch. I've shared my mail ID. You can drop any questions, anything required from my side. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mohit.
Thank you.
Thank you, SIRC, for providing such a wonderful opportunity for all of us to listen. In fact, we listened to this carbon credit for the first time. Though we spoke about a lot of this greenhouse gases emission, but carbon credit is something that we listened for the first time. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
And thanks, Neelam. Neelam is from my team. Thank you, Neelam, for your support. Thank you.